Now, before going to pick up your birds, now that you have booked your birds and they've told you, okay, the next day your birds are going to the number of birds you booked are going to arrive at the pickup station. What do you do now? Before going to pick up your birds, ensure you go early, because you don't need to wait so long so that you won't get there and meet some of the chicks dead. So you need to go there on time, pick it up, and then introduce them to your brooder as quickly as possible. This is because these chicks, they have already undergone some level of stress, except you are very close to the hatchery, which in most cases that might not be the case. Like my case is very, very far across several states before you get to my state. So I don't normally waste time. I go there at the time they ask me to be there, pick up my chicks on time, and then come and introduce them to my brooder. Now, when you get to, before going to the pickup station, there are things you need to do. You need to preheat your brooder to a certain temperature, that is to about 32 degrees centigrade, so that which is would be comfortable for your chicks when they arrive. It's not when your chicks arrive you start lighting up your heat source. No, you need to preheat the brooder to a certain to that temperature before going to pick up your day-old chicks. Now, at the pickup station, what do? The very first thing you do, my advice, is to always book your day-old chicks from a vendor that has agreed to always replace the dead ones. That is, if there is any mortalities, any vendor that agrees to replace it is a very good vendor that I think you should patronize. But that doesn't stop you from doing your own background check on such vendor before patronizing him or her. Now, the very first thing you do at the pickup station is to inspect the carton, because normally you meet some plastic rope that they normally use to tie the cover of the carton to the body of the carton. Now, if you some vendor will tell you, if you meet the carton broken in some form, or those rope cut, do not accept it. That means they must have tampered with that carton. Now, what you do, inspect it. If there is any opening, they've not tampered with it. Now, you need to lose those rope. Inspect the chicks. Is there any dead ones? Now, when you are doing this, you need to let the driver, that is the transporters, to be close so that they will be seeing what you are doing. Now, if there's any mortality, you need to call the drivers. You need to call the driver's attention to it, and then call your vendor in the driver's presence that, okay, this is the number of mortalities, because the work of the transporter is to ensure that your birds gets to your hand complete without any mortality. So if there is any mortality, they will need to replace it. The vendor and the driver need to replace it, because you paid for everything. Now, after inspecting the carton, inspecting the chicks, and everything is okay, now the next thing you do is to open the carton and count them. Normally, you are supposed to have about 50 to 51 chicks per carton. That is one carton. Normally, one carton normally is 50, but they normally add one extra to each carton. So you need to count it, confirm that the birds are complete before leaving the pickup station. I always advise, please do not waste time. There are some people, imagine a transporter that lands in your state as early as 6 a.m., 7, 8, 9 a.m. as the case may be, and you are coming in the afternoon to pick up your chicks. Those chicks are already overstressed. This shouldn't be encouraged. Ensure you go there on time, pick up your chicks, and introduce them to your brooder as quickly as possible. If you find this video helpful, kindly do well to hit the subscribe button, like and comment in the comment section below, as this will do a whole lot for us in helping us to grow our channel and reach a larger audience. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.